People of Western Europe, far West Asia if you're being a bit cheeky, something really cool will be happening in your skies in less than a month from now, and I thought you should know about it. See, we are on a big old rock that is hurtling through space at 30 kilometers a second. Not something we are often conscious of, which may be for the best actually. But occasionally, the universe will remind you by doing something spectacular. I'm talking about a solar eclipse. And with so much stuff orbiting other stuff, eclipses of various kinds happen all the time. If this R2-D2 was orbiting my head, it would be eclipsing me as it passed between us. But what's cool and unique about a solar eclipse is that we happen to be alive at the precise time that the moon and the sun appear roughly the same size in the sky. Now, that's not always been the case. The moon has been closer to the Earth in the past and is slowly moving further away from us. So it really is just an incredible coincidence that at the moment, while the moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, it's also pretty much 400 times closer. And so something amazing can happen if you find yourself in the right place at the right time. On August 12th, the right place is anywhere within this line, known as the path of totality. That's where the moon will be directly in front of the sun, casting a shadow across the Earth's surface as it passes overhead. So if you're in Greenland, Iceland, Portugal, Spain, or a small bit of Russia, you are in for a treat. You'll have the chance to experience a total eclipse. I've never seen one myself, but supposedly the sky goes dark as if it's dusk, the stars come out, animals get all confused, and a brilliant ring forms around the moon as the sun's atmosphere or corona is briefly revealed. If you're not in the path of totality, well, it's not quite so spectacular. This is one of those things where the difference between a 99% eclipse and a 100% eclipse is actually quite substantial. But provided you do it safely, unlike the current leader of the free world, if you're anywhere in these areas alongside the path of totality, you'll still be able to see some version of the eclipse happening. This I have seen before. I even attempted to photograph one the last time. And it appears as if somebody has bitten a big old chunk out of the sun. But please, do only do this if you have got proper eclipse glasses. I was hoping to be in either Iceland or Spain on the 12th of August. There's some really cool festivals and events happening around the eclipse that you should try attend if you can. But most likely I will be right here in Edinburgh, in the midst of fringe festival chaos. And so, this is me putting out an informal invitation to say, let's get together and see what we can see on the day. Of course, it will be weather dependent, and this is Scotland after all, but with a 90% eclipse expected, I think it's worth a try. So if you're free between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. on that Wednesday, I will most likely be up on Calton Hill and will make sure I have a few spare pairs of eclipse glasses so we can all marvel at the wonder of space together. I know Space Plus has been a bit quiet recently. I do have a couple of great interviews lined up that will be published soon enough, and there is plenty of general space news going on, from the SpaceX public listing to China catching a reusable rocket in a net on a boat in the middle of the sea, to the controversial approval of a giant orbital mirror that'll beam down sunlight on demand, and closer to home, the announcement of Saxabor's Spaceport's upcoming launch windows right here in Scotland. So, let's get together under the penumbra of the moon and connect and discuss all of that and more in person as a bunch of human beings hurtling through space at 30 kilometers a second. See you soon.